I never even felt the coming out. So much detached that Christine, poor thing, you see, crumpled down with pressure, but to me it was just nothing. Dust. So that detachment has to come. Now you should know which part you are there. Like, idea of detachment should not be that I would say hippie style of detachment, that you have right to exploit everybody else. Or the another type, as I told you, which is very ridiculous. These 4 things for your material side is important. What you eat is not so important, because whatever you eat, if the brain is going to be such a nonsensical thing, it's better whether you eat it or not makes no difference, just sterilize it. Like in the hotel, what will you have? I'll have pancake. What will you have? I'll have this, I'll have that. For what? I just don't understand why waste so much energy. Why not you all have pancake, all of you, to put together? It's a very big thing, you know. Oh, today I will have this. Out of all this materialism, what comes out is Mr. I. So we develop this Mr. I. So the word I must go away, we should speak we. We means you and all the Sahajogis put together. When you say we, you will find it will be different. Or take your name like this Norman. This Norman won't listen. Like children say. I asked a little boy, I said, will you go home? He's very obstinate. What can I do? This is detachment. To speak in third person is detachment, in which you are not in the picture, you are a witness. You are a witness of the show. So this detachment should work in such a way that you should witness the whole show. You are not involved into it. But just see what happens in collectivity also. It becomes a political issue certainly. In Sahaja Yoga also, political issue. Nothing short of political issue. We are not here, person is detachment, in which you are not in the picture, you are a witness. You are a witness of the show. So this detachment should work in such a way that you should witness the whole show. You are not involved into it. But just see what happens in collectivity also. It becomes a political issue certainly. In Sahaja Yoga also, political issue. Nothing short of political issue. We are not here fighting like union leaders. We are all leaders. Where is the time to fight? Whom are we to fight? That we have to decide. So as far as all these things concern are detachment, whom are we to fight? That we have to decide. So as far as all these things concern are detachment and attachment to spirit. So we go further, see now what should be our attitude on our mental level. Physically you have seen that you have to develop a complete detachment in these 4 ways that I have told. Now on your mental level, what you have to do is to understand in an American university. Of course, that's only possible in America. But still, that book has that level. I was amazed at the book. So try to gather nourishment, like reading Devi Mahatmya, reading about, find out about in an American university. Of course, that's only possible in America. But still, that book has that level. I was amazed at the. So try to gather nourishment, like reading Devi Mahatmya, reading about, finding out about Bible and finding about other scriptures, about Quran, this, that, and which supports you, which nourishes you. Blake, Kabir, Nanak. I mean, there are so many. Lao Tse. This is the Guru. This is the knowledge. It will be amazed. Once you start doing it, it comes to you. I met a man in near Rahuri, as you know, we go there. And there's a man who just drives the bullock cart. And he had brought the bullock cart to take me down to one of the programs. You know what we do there. We were sitting there, we were waiting. I was talking to him. And I felt an avadhuta sitting there to drive me. I mean, uneducated, absolutely, he has never known book, he does not know how to write, but when he was talking, I was said, oh God. And there's a man who just drives the bullock cart. And he had brought the bullock cart to take me down to one of the programs. You know what we do there. We were sitting there, we were waiting. I was talking to him. And I felt an avadhuta sitting there to drive me. I mean, uneducated, absolutely, he has never known book, he does not know how to write, but when he was talking, I was said, oh God. From where this knowledge? From where all this coming, this wisdom? Such wisdom, I tell you. Such wisdom that I just was stunned. I was stunned, really. From a man who is not even been to any school, college. Christ did not go to any school or college. Such wisdom you can't, just don't know. That's the sign of a great man. And they were busy clearing out, and then this place is Wales and this place is this. Oh God, this is horrible, bring some shoes, do this, do that. All the time they are busy morning till evening. They would go upstairs in the room and they are busy. They are busy because they have no time to talk about the mundane things and all that. Then we brought the dolls. I brought some dolls and toys for them. They put all of them there, you see. And they put them on the map there. Now, see now, to dolls. Now you look after it, you know. They're talking to dolls like that. Dolls are their disciples, teaching the dolls. You see? Don't sit like this. You must sit properly. You don't know. You can't bend your knees. Better learn that. You must learn to bend your knees. You see, because the dolls have straight legs. See? And all the while, even the little children I've seen the way they are busy all the time doing surgery. Every level they are working. Today I was telling Rustam about my own father. You see. I was a learned man, of course. But when he talked, he used to talk of something like I told him about the state of a person called Sabhrant. He told me that human beings are very different from God. When the God incarnates, then the Sabhrant state, which is awakening between the subconscious to the conscious state, is direct. See, he comes down directly. But human beings go this way. They never go straight. Can you imagine? How he must have managed. He used to play tennis very well, he used to swim, not how everybody has made their hair and how they are sitting down, or what are dresses they are making, what do you have in this thing. Nothing. His attention was on the spirit. His own spirit and spirit of others. And he was so dynamic in his brain that he knew your dictionary by heart, I tell you. He never consulted dictionary all his life. Neither Sanskrit nor English. He was master of 14 languages. He played tennis very well. He used to swim for 3 miles every day. 3 miles. He had muscles that he could lift you up and just yes, very healthy person. Healthy man. Very gentle. Very generous than me, so you can imagine. Very generous. To him, nothing mattered. All right, you like it? Say, have it. You have it? Like it. Like it. He'll starve himself, but he will be generous. So we come to the second point, which is we have started. The fifth one is mentally you must only take to things in talk. You should have compassion. If you are talking to someone, it should be full of compassion. Sahaja Yoga is a system of compassion. A guru has to be very, very patient. It's not like other gurudom, or even real gurus had no patience. This is a system where patience is the only way it will work out, because no gurus gave realization, it is only you who have to give. And you know what is realization? The other day we met one, a fellow sitting tight. I said, no. They said, we have failed, mother, we can't give him realization, it's a hopeless case. I said, really? So I went there. At the end of it, you see, they said, mother, there's one fellow sitting. I wanted to avoid, you see. They said, all right. Raised his kundali. Raised it up. Tied it up. My hand's paining now. Oh no, I didn't feel anything. I said, this fellow is this bothered how much we are working on him. He's just thinking he's obliging us. So then 2-3 people came forward, brought a light, put the light before him, did bandhan, everything. Again I raised his kundalini thigh. No, not tall. Went tall like that for half an hour, then I gave up. I said, sir, I'm sorry. You are too great for realization. We'll try again. I'm not convinced. And I was fagged out. I said, really? I am convinced about it. So you allow us to go, and then I gave up. You have to have tremendous patience and sense of humor. You just can't tell him off. You see, if I told him you are good for nothing, useless, you have a bad kundalini, you go away from here, get away, get lost. I couldn't say these things to him. I had to bear him through. And not only in the end I had to say that you are a great man, you see, because otherwise he would have used some other method. Because already the ego was so big that with all the things I put inside it, it could not deflate. It was made of a special fiber. It was such a difficult task. So one has to know that